amplifies these voices, stories, and reports that make the difference. This is Agidigbo News, 88.7 FM, the people's voice.
This is Kunle Amzat Studio, Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
On the brink of collapse, insisting that the country is making steady progress in tackling its security and economic challenges. The position comes in response to recent warnings by a coalition of civil society organizations which describe the nation as facing worsening insecurity, economic hardship, and governance concerns. Speaking in Abuja at the 81st General Assembly and 23rd Annual General Meeting of the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, dismissed what he described as pessimistic narratives about the nation's future, as he maintained that the country is demonstrating resilience in the face of its difficulties. The minister cited ongoing security operations as evidence of progress, noting that coordinated military offensives and improved intelligence sharing have led to the neutralization of bandits and disruption of attacks, particularly in parts of northern Nigeria. While on the economy, Idris pointed to signs of recovery, including improvement in foreign reserves and expanding revenue sources across oil and non-oil sectors. Nigeria continues to face multifaceted security challenges in 2026, including banditry, kidnapping for ransom, terrorism, and violent farmer-herder conflicts. These issues, according to experts, are driven by poverty, unemployment, and systemic weak policing, threatening economic stability and national cohesion across various regions. The edition of The Big Story, Agidigbo FM News correspondent Gilberto Biolaju explores ways through which the government can curb insecurity insurgency in Nigeria. Here's the report.
Section 14, subsection 2b of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria states that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. Security is a premise for growth and development of a nation, as it attracts foreign investors and also allows local investors to operate freely. Lately, Nigeria has been in a network of insecurity, leading to death of civilians, foreigners, governmental and non-governmental workers. The burden of insecurity is so high that the federal government passed the Anti-Terrorism Act in 2011 to cater for cases of terrorism and allocated 1.96 trillion naira to defense in the 2021 budget. According to the Global Peace Index, Nigeria ranks 146 out of 163 countries and was also the least peaceful country in Africa after South Sudan, Somalia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Libya, Central African Republic, Sudan, and Mali. Today, Nigeria faces the complex security crisis with very regional challenges: Boko Haram terrorism in the northeast, bandits in the northwest, pastoralist conflicts in the north-central, and kidnapping separatist movements in the southeast and west. Despite all the efforts that have been put forth by the government before now, desired positive results have not been evident. However, a socio-political analyst, Comrade Femi Babalola, suggested that governments should try to employ new strategies to combat insecurity, especially terrorism and banditry.
From the area where you are coming from, you're able to identify the challenges and how you can comb the area for you to be able to get something done for them. But you see, now that the thing has been agreed on, we are expecting the National Assembly, the federal government, to take a very proactive step for us to be able to have the state police at least being organized or established within this short period.
Local security agencies like the OPC and Vigilante Patrol Team has been the firefront in protecting community lives and properties, but at a point, we all thought they went into extinction. Now, the increase in security level in the country has called for grassroots operations, which, according to the analyst, can be achieved by empowering local security agencies. In a discussion on how local security agencies can foster security in the country, the National Director of Communications of the Oodua People's Congress (OPC), Dr. Rauf Abiola, highlighted the agency's plans and steps they have taken.
In tackling security challenges, issues have to be planned and carried out in the planning room at home. And that is the structure OPC has on ground. And I must say unequivocally that OPC has different strategies.
A broader view of ways to curb insecurity has shown that there are other agencies that also contribute one way or another, even at the state levels. The head of Oyo State Vigilante Patrol Team, Alhaji Abiodun Labamiji, mentioned how vigilante has contributed in curbing insecurity to an extent.
Now we still stand a better chance in Oyo State because our past record can give us a better pass mark. Still, we are still on it. Last week, we are in Uluyole, where this cocoa farmer had been kidnapped, and three of the victims were released. We'll be able to hijack 3 of them.
Despite the crucial roles these agencies play in community security, especially in areas where formal security presence is limited, it's concerning that they are still struggling with basic amenities, hindering their ability to effectively combat terrorism and protect lives and properties.
We also employ the state government to please kindly return the scheme and stipends to Oyo State Vigilante Patrol team, so that all the professionals in us who left their profession to this particular security job in the state will have something to benefit.
The government should go back and look at those requests as made by, not financial this time, I must be very frank with you, as made by Ibagana Building Adams, so that the whole effort of insecurity will come to an end.
Suffice it to say that as a wake-up call to Nigerian government, addressing Nigeria's insecurity requires a multifaceted approach. Empowering local security agencies like the OPC and Vigilante Patrol Team through resources and collaboration could enhance their effectiveness. As experts suggest, combining grassroots efforts with government strategies might be key to restoring peace and security, ultimately fostering an environment conducive to growth and development. Jehovah Tobi, Olaiju, Agidigbo FM News.
A socio-political affairs analyst on Agidigbo FM, Comrade Fimba Balola, has stated that terrorist and bandit attacks will persist in the country until perpetrators are punished according to law, rather than being pardoned. Speaking on Shokanwa program today, Comrade Balola stated that releasing terrorists who claim to have repented encourages more attacks, urging the government to punish sponsors and perpetrators, stating that this will serve as a deterrent.
About 500 terrorists, alleged terrorists, or they call them suspects, they have been arrested and they are taken to the court of law. So our expectation is that you look at what the spirit of the law says regarding that, then you try to provide the solution to that. We do not celebrate media trial anymore. They have committed an AFOC, unpardonable AFOC. If the law says they should be in prison, why not? If they should be executed immediately, why not? But whatever the law says, let them face the consequence.
In the same vein, a co-analyst, Comrade Omololu Echidiron, shared similar view with Comrade Babalola's sentiment, highlighting concerns that certain political figures may be supporting terrorist activities, stressing that trials for terrorists might be ineffective, and suggested that convicted individuals should face punishment as per the law. Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Kulamza Studio at Gidigbo FM. United Kingdom, I am Olushola Damilola. Iran's Supreme National Security Council said it has accepted a 2-week ceasefire and will begin talks with the United States in Islamabad on Friday. It stated further that the move does not signify the end of the war and that any provocation will be met with force. Donald Trump, however, promised to step back from threats to expand attacks, including on civilian infrastructure, provided Iran uphold the ceasefire and reopen the Strait of Hormuz, while both sides signaled de-escalation. United Kingdom Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer promised to meet leaders in the region to discuss diplomatic efforts to support the ceasefire agreement between United States of America and Iran so as to bring a lasting resolution to the conflict and protect the UK and global economy, which has squeezed consumers and countries around the world. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced yesterday that American journalist Shelley Kitson, that was kidnapped by pro-Iran militia in Iraq, has been released. Kitson, who specialized in Middle East reporting, had been taken captive by Hezbollah in Iraq last month. The U.S. Department of State extended its appreciation to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Department of War, U.S. personnel across multiple agencies, and the Iraqi Supreme Judicial Council for their assistance in securing a release. And that ends the news. From Williamsburg Studio at Gidigbo FM, United Kingdom, I am Olushola Damilola.
Another exciting water sport. The Nigeria Football Federation have confirmed that goalkeeper Arthur Okonkwo is in line to make his debut for the Super Eagles at the upcoming Unity Cup tournament scheduled for next month. Okonkwo recently completed a switch of international allegiance from England to Nigeria after representing England at youth levels, having featured for England at under-17, under-16 and under-18 levels. The former Arsenal shortstopper was granted FIFA approval on Monday to represent Nigeria at senior level. According to an NFF official who spoke to journalists, Okonkwo expressed a strong enthusiasm about the switch, making the process smoother for the federation. The official also revealed that Super Eagles head coach Eric Shell is keen on including a goalkeeper in his plans ahead of the tournament. The Super Eagles are expected to begin their Unity Cup campaign against Zimbabwe on Tuesday, May 26, 2026, at the Valley, home ground of Charlton Athletic in England. Nigeria, the defending champions of the competition, won the previous edition after defeating Jamaica on penalties following a 2-2 draw in regulation time. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. Federal government insists Nigeria is not collapsing. Security crisis deepens as Nigeria's multifaceted threats persists. Rubio says a kidnapped American journalist has been released by pro-Iran militia Iraq. NFF confirmed Okonkwo in line for Super Eagles debut next month.
Don't forget that you can listen to us live on our website www.agidigbo88.7fm.com. You can also download our mobile app on Google Play Store and iOS. Simply search for Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Follow us on Facebook at Agidigbo 88.7 FM, on Twitter and Instagram at Agidigbo 887 FM, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have news stories and tips for us, contact our newsroom on 070-8714-4865 or send us a mail on newsroom@agidigbo887fm.com.
And before we go this evening, here's a quick tip. Never do something permanently foolish just because you are temporarily upset. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station at Gidigbo 88.7 FM Ibadan. I am WURAOLA YUSUFF. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State Independent Electoral Commission, OISEC, has called for continuous collaboration.
We bring you reports from Oyo State.
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation.
Southwest Nigeria and the rest of the world.
Has clarified that the body did not receive any cash support from international development.
Trust us to keep you informed every hour, every day.
Agidigbo 88.7 FM, the people's voice.